Alright, I promise this is my last phone video for a long time, because I do not feel like doing any editing for this video. I'm just being straight up honest. And you're gonna hear a lot of wind in this video. I apologize. It's pretty windy in Florida today. How do you lose to Oral Roberts? Look, I get that, it was gonna be a tough game anyways, because they gave Ohio State a challenge, but how do you lose to a school named after a televangelist? And may I remind you, this guy scammed people in the 80s. And they decided to name a school after him. Yes, that's petty bringing that up, but we shouldn't lose to a school named after a televangelist. Nobody should. That's humiliating. That is unbelievably humiliating. Look, the refs were pretty bad in that game. They did everything they can to give Oral Roberts the upset. But let's not act like having 19 turnovers helps anything. I mean, had we, not have any sloppy possessions, we win. The refs aren't a problem. I would say we beat the refs, but we made it a problem. 19 turnovers. That is so unbelievably sloppy. There's no excuse for having that many turnovers against a 15-seeded team. Look, I said in the expectations video, this was Mike White's make or break year. But guess what? He might get another year. I don't have any faith that he's going to get fired, because they're going to say, well, Keontae Johnson was, had that incident, and, it was a COVID year. Look, I get it. It was hard playing without Keontae Johnson. It's not easy playing without your best player, but guess what? You shouldn't need Keontae Johnson to beat Oral Roberts when you have talented players like Trey Mann and Colin Castleton on your team. Tyree Appleby, he played well after getting 7 stitches in the forehead. And DeRucci had some nice plays, but it was a collapse. It was such a huge collapse. How do you lose this game to Oral Roberts? We had them, too. I mean, we had a couple of double-digit point leads for a while. That's bad. Losing to Oral Roberts in the round of 32 is a fireable offense. Just fireable. This is not the Gator standard. This should not be the Gator standard. We haven't made the Sweet 16 since 2017. Look, I really wish we could have seen what kind of team this was with Keontae Johnson, but I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure if this team would still be really good with Keontae. In fact, I feel like most of the games that we've lost, he probably would have had to carry us. Honestly, this kind of exposes how bad this team is without him. And next year, we're probably going to get exposed by how bad we are without Mann or Castleton. It's awful. I really hope they don't keep Mike White for another year. I'm sorry. Look, I want Mike White to succeed. I really, really want him to succeed, okay? He's a nice guy. When he was first hired, I was like, okay, he could be a good replacement for Billy. And I have hope in him. I mean, first year we made it to the NIT. Wasn't really mad at him because the team before wasn't that great, so it was kind of hard to do anything with that. Then, 2017, we made it to the Elite 8 with our big man. I was like, okay, we should be a really good team next year. Then we failed to meet expectations and lose in the round of 32 to Texas Tech. Alright, maybe we'll rebound next year. Nope. We lose in the round of 32 to Michigan. And now we lost in the round of 32 to Oral Roberts. And by the way, they are the second 15-seeded team to ever make it to the Sweet 16. Want to know who the first was? Florida Gulf Coast. And want to know how their season ended? They lost to us. That's the Gator standard. Inning Cinderella teams. Not being one of those teams that's a part of that journey in a bad way. I'm sorry. I try to be reasonable with Mike Wright. I try to give him time. I try to be reasonable. But this is a horrible, horrible loss. This is just horrible. Inexcusable. No excuses. We should have won this game. I'm sorry, but we have to move on. This is just embarrassing. Well, at least there's Gators baseball, right? Go Gators, and I pray to God the next basketball video I make has something to do with the head coaching job.